This brisket was cooked yesterday. Amazing. This one was cooked 6 days ago. Somehow even better. And this one was cooked today. Dry, disappointing, and honestly, kind of embarrassing. So why is the brisket I cooked today the worst one? Because cooking a brisket the same day you eat it is the worst mistake you can possibly make. To understand why, we need to use the sponsor for this video, the Typhur Sync Gold Remote Probe Thermometer, to travel back in time to the first time I ever cooked a brisket. It's 3 a.m., my alarm goes off and I'm getting out of bed. Don't worry, it's like Mr. Scrooge Ghost of Christmas Past rules, he can't see me. I stumble out to the smoker like I'm already 15 beers deep because Aaron Franklin told me I have to wake up at 3 a.m. and brisket takes 12 to 14 hours plus at least 2 hours to rest it. I'm having people over at 6 p.m. so I start smoking at 3 a.m. so that gives me, he doesn't even know because it's 3 a.m. in the morning. But I'm a military veteran and I know a thing or two about planning. I just watched Aaron Franklin's masterclass, so I already had a detailed plan to follow and I would meet my timings. But the whole day I was behind schedule. Opened the lid to spritz, lost time. Cooked at too low a temp and fell behind even more. Got stressed, got drunk, got tired, fell asleep, fire went out, started it up again, pushed temps too high to speed things up, finished the brisket at 208 internal until it got tender, but guess we're already here and the brisket needed to rest another 2 hours, so we ordered pizza. Said things I shouldn't have about my friend's girlfriend, passed out at the table. Woke up, sliced the brisket later that night, and it was dry.
That chicken's drier than the Sahara Desert.
Then, after ruining brisket after brisket, I finally realized something. The problem wasn't me, it was because I was rushed. So, I stopped cooking brisket for dinner on the same day, and I started just having brisket already done, ready to eat anytime I wanted. And the second I did that, everything changed. So here's how I do it now. Let's start with the day before method. First things first, trim and season your brisket with a layer of table salt. The finer grains penetrate into meat much faster than kosher salt. Then season generously with Smoke Trails Barbecue Brisket Rub. Looking good so far. Next, you're gonna need a reliable remote probe thermometer. This is the sponsor for this video, the Typhur Sync Gold. Actually, I'm gonna take these off. Are these glaring into your guys' eyes? It's probably super annoying for you. This is the Typhur Sync Gold Remote Probe Thermometer.
I love gold!
I like using remote probe thermometers like this because it gives me the temperature inside the meat and the ambient temperature of the smoker so I can control my ambient temperatures. Another cool thing about this is it has 5 internal sensors in each probe, so it gives you the coldest temperature regardless of where you insert it. Very important for later in this method because knowing the precise internal temperature of your brisket is super important. We're gonna let these briskets smoke away at 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and every time the Typhur Sync tells me the smoker's dipping below 250, I'm adding more fuel to the firebox. Now, if I'm relaxing and sitting by the smoker, I just look at the standalone display for temperatures, which is nice because a lot of remote probe thermometers these days don't have a standalone display. And if I'm off traveling, like I go to the grocery store or go to pick up the kids from daycare while the brisket is in the smoker, I use the mobile app, which has unlimited range as long as it's connected to your home Wi-Fi. 5 hours in, when the briskets hit around 150 internal and they're looking like they have some nice color, the bark is set, I'm going to half wrap them in a foil boat. I like foil boats because it collects the juices as the cook goes on and it cooks the brisket more evenly and keeps everything nice and hydrated and moist. And you still get that smoke and fat cap rendering on top of the brisket the whole cook. Aluminum, it's not just for tinfoil hats. By the way, if you want to fully wrap your brisket in foil, then the Typhur Sync Gold also connects straight through the foil and through your smoker lid, which is really nice because a lot of remote probe thermometers I have, as soon as you foil your brisket and put the probe sensor underneath the foil, then it won't have any connection at all. I haven't had that problem with the Typhur Sync Gold though, which is really nice. This thing has really good connectivity. Now, around 12 hours in, the briskets will hit 195 internal, and that's all I'm really looking for. When the sync tells me it's 195 internal, I take the briskets out, I dump most of the juices, but leave some in, fully wrap it in foil, and then I put it in my holding oven overnight at 150 degrees. Very important, I don't allow them to rest down because I'm already undercooking them. I need to put them straight in the holding oven at 150, and that gradual decline in temperature over the course of 4 to 6 hours down to 150 is an essential part of the cook to tenderize the brisket. If you don't have a holding oven, you can use a regular oven, but you need to calibrate it beforehand. And the Typhur Sync Gold will actually help you again here too. Fill an aluminum pan with hot water, pop the Typhur Sync Gold in there. It's IPX8 waterproof, so it's not gonna hurt it. Foil it tightly, then set your oven as low as it will go, usually 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Let it run several hours until the temperature graph flatlines. It doesn't move up or down anymore. If it flatlines at 150 when your set temp is 175, you're golden. Your brisket will also hold at 150. If you flatline at 170 or some different number, you need to adjust your oven temperature down by 20 degrees. Just look it up in the manual. Then let it run another few hours and see what the new flatline temperature is. Hopefully it's 150. Now, bonus points to the Typhur Sync Gold again, because I tried this in my holding oven, which is pretty thick stainless steel, a lot thicker than a regular oven, and it connected through the aluminum foil and through the holding oven to the base, and I never had any connection issues. So this thing has really good connection. Again, a lot of other remote probe thermometers do not, but I've never had an issue with this one. Highly recommend the Typhur Sync Gold. If you want to pick one up, there is a link in the description section below. Click that and use code SteveGow on checkout to get 10% off. Okay, now that the brisket is in the holding oven, we can see on the Typhur it's going to slowly finish tenderizing overnight as it comes down in temperature. Now, like I said before, this gradual decline from 195 all the way down to 150 overnight is still in the temperature zone where collagen continues to render, so all the collagen in the brisket is continuing to render into ooey gooey juicy gelatin overnight. And that's why we undercook it a bit at just 195 degrees Fahrenheit instead of 205 degrees plus Fahrenheit, then pop it right in the oven at a low temperature. Eventually it's gonna stabilize at 150, at which point the collagen rendering is very slow. It's not going to overcook it at that temperature. And then you can take it out anytime the next day to slice into it. So you could take it out at noon to have it for lunch, or you could take it out at 4 or 5 p.m. to have it for dinner. That difference in time isn't going to affect the texture that much. And that's why I love this method so much, because I can just concentrate on cooking the brisket the day before, put it in the holding oven at a low temperature, and it's done. Anytime the next day I want to slice into it, I can just take it out and serve it up for dinner. I'm never going to be late for dinner that way. Now, the cool thing is this method isn't just about convenience. It actually improves the quality of the brisket. When you take your brisket up to around 203 degrees plus internal, at that temperature, the muscle fibers really start denaturing and losing their ability to hold on to water. It's called their water holding capacity, and it's essentially destroyed as soon as you go above 200 degrees Fahrenheit plus. So by undercooking the brisket at around 195 degrees Fahrenheit, pulling it off the smoker, it's undercooked, but we're not getting to those super high temperatures that denature the muscle fibers. We've still got a lot of water holding capacity in the brisket, and we're using a low temperature and a long time to slowly tenderize the brisket, render the rest of the collagen while still retaining a lot of the H2O. Okay, that's great, Steve, but what if we want to serve the brisket on Saturday, but we have to work on Friday? We can't cook it all day the day before, but we still need to serve it up at lunch or dinner on Saturday. Well, I have a solution for you. And that solution is to cook it the week before. To the time machine. All right, it's the weekend before, and Steve just cooked this brisket on Saturday and took it out of the holding oven on Sunday. He doesn't need to serve it until next weekend on Saturday, so this is what he does. He leaves the brisket whole because it's essentially fully pasteurized right now, which means any pathogenic bacteria on it has essentially been fried off. Now he's pouring some hot tallow or clarified butter or some kind of liquid fat all over it. This is optional, but it helps preserve the brisket. Now he covers it with some plastic wrap, then tightly foils it and pops it in the fridge. Now we've introduced several antimicrobial hurdles into this brisket cook. We've essentially pasteurized the brisket, like I said before. We smoked it, which also helps. We put it in the fridge, which lowers the temperature, inhibits microbial growth. We've covered it in oil, which also helps preserve it because it prevents the oxygen from getting to it. And also, the brisket has lost probably around 40% of its water weight, so it has a lower what's called available water content, which also inhibits microbial growth. So long story short, it's gonna last a week in the fridge, don't worry about it. Then the next weekend, he just removes the plastic wrap, pops it in the oven, reheats it, and slices it, and it's as good as the day it was cooked. If you want it to last even longer, you can actually just vac seal the entire brisket and pop it in your freezer and then reheat it basically whenever you want to eat it. A month from now, 2 months from now, doesn't matter.
All right, I'm off to kill Hitler before the Time Wardens find me. Wish me luck and happy smoking.
Meine Damen und Herren, Zukunft!